Welcome back, everybody. In a recent video released by Campus Reform, out-of-state students at the universities of Virginia and Maryland were asked if they would be willing to renounce their citizenship in order to receive in-state tuition benefits extended to illegal immigrants. Now, joining me this time from Washington, D.C. with the details of this story is radio talk show host and Campus Reform correspondent, Cabot. Phillips. Cabot, welcome to the show. Cabot, so let me ask you here.
Thanks for having me.
What were the results of this interview?
Well, the purpose of the video was to highlight this concept of tuition equity, which is basically a nice way of saying that if you're a legal immigrant living in 22 states around the country and you want to attend school in an out-of-state college, you can receive in-state tuition and essentially save tens of thousands of dollars, as well as receiving benefits that aren't extended to people living here legally.
And so
many students that we talked to were actually...
Yeah, what were results?
Many students we talked to were actually willing to renounce their citizenship in order to receive this same sort of discount, and it was appalling to see.
Yeah, I would imagine those students that were responsible for paying their own tuition, or a large part of it, were probably open to it, while those receiving it from their parents or elsewhere wasn't a big deal to them. It sounds to me, Cabot, that what you've pointed out there at Campus Reform is that the Obama administration and some college officials are creating a black market on college tuition.
Well, for so long, policymakers have been saying that they want to do everything they can to make college more affordable for every person in this country. And as of late, we're seeing that in so many cases, the only people that college is being made more affordable for, in a lot of cases, is people who are living here illegally. And I don't know if you have a Mama Luke of the Year award, but it should be definitely considered for whoever enacted this legislation.
Yeah, it's troubling, and I think it's, again, for our viewers who may not be aware of Campus Reform, you're a project of the Leadership Institute, and you guys do a great job. You point out the hypocrisy and the wrongdoings in the liberal agenda, which is prevalent on college campuses across America, and that's so important what you're doing. That takes me to a different story. Tufts University in Massachusetts. Tufts University, which, by the way, their school president made our Mama Luke of the Day yesterday. He has announced that they are going to actively recruit illegal immigrant students into undergraduate administration and provide financial resources to meet their financial needs. I want to talk about that in a moment. And before you do, here's my problem with this decision by that university, Cabot, is that they're acting as if that opportunity is an unlimited supply, and it's not. By offering someone here who's here illegally undergraduate admission, they are removing that opportunity for someone who is a U.S. citizen. And by offering free financial aid to an illegal immigrant in need, they're taking that away from someone who is a citizen who is also in need. So it feels like a warm, fuzzy story to the left, but it's not. You agree?
I think that the thing that was most concerning was that the university said this was done in the name of equality, and they wanted to make sure that every student was being treated equally. But if the name of equality means denying students who are here as American citizens the same privileges and the same opportunities that they're giving students who are here illegally, and taking away a lot of scholarship money from students who are here legally, then I don't want anything to do with that equality. And I'm a student at Liberty University, and as a student, this is something that is definitely concerning, and it's a trend that needs to be addressed. I spoke with many of my friends who are students, and they hear about this, and many times there's ignorance as this is going on in campuses. And I think if students knew this was going on, that it would be more of an outrage, especially with taxpayers, if they knew where their taxpayer money was going to subsidize.
Hey, listen, I agree with you, Cabot. I think you're wise beyond your years, and as you say that if students knew what was going on, most college students don't. I don't blame them for that. I wouldn't have known this story when I was 18 to 22 years old. But that being said, has there been any response from students at Tufts? Have there been any response from parents or potential would-be students in Massachusetts who are considering attending Tufts?
I'm not aware of any responses from students at Tufts, but what I am aware of is the students that you were talking about, who were willing at University of Virginia, University of Maryland to renounce their United States citizenship. And citizenship in this country is something that is so serious, it is so fought for, it should be something we're proud of. And any time that you see people willing to renounce it to save tens of thousands of dollars, it shows what a serious issue it is. And this is something that, while appalling, is hardly surprising. And I think a lot of it stems from the anti-Americanism that is growing on college campuses today. And something that we at campusreform.org are going to report on.
You believe that? When I heard the story, I thought these were just naive kids at 18 to 22 who did not understand the consequences of what they were saying, but understood the result of saving money. But you think it's part of the anti-American agenda narrative put out by so many college campuses today?
I think part of it is them trying to save money, but I also think that part of it is the root of people not understanding what it means to be an American citizen and being proud of that and being proud of citizenship. If this was an isolated incident, sure, it might be chalked off as just students being ignorant about what's going on, but we're seeing cases of anti-Americanism all around the world and all around the country. We saw in California, Campus Reform reported how UC Irvine temporarily banned American flags. We've seen multiple cases of the movie American Sniper being banned at different college campuses. And so this is not an isolated incident, and cases of anti-Americanism are spreading around all of the United States.
You bring a good point up, Cabot. It's an angle it had not occurred to me until you mention it. And as you point out, UC Irvine, right up the road from where we are, they tried to ban the American U.S. flag until you got involved. Your group got involved, and you make a good point that this might be more than about just naive, silly kids in college. It may be them having an anti-American attitude. All right. Cabot Phillips, campus reform correspondent, radio talk show host at Liberty University. Thank you for joining us. Benjamin Netanyahu.